So with the seawater, people might be at home saying, well, I don't know of any growers currently who are growing food that I could get. Now, can people garden with the seawater?
Yes. It can be used absolutely on everything. I mean, it can be used on houseplants, on orchids, on, flowering plants in the garden. It can be used on lawn. We're using it on golf courses now. In fact, Callaway's test golf course in Carlsbad, California is using it. Our first success was in commodity farmers in the Midwest. I mean, we ship it to South Dakota and Nebraska and are getting the most incredible results, both on yield and also disease resistance, because one of the things Dr. Murray mentions in the book is that just like humans, when plants have access to all the things that they need, their immune system will pretty much take care of everything. When you hear about these incredible plagues in Africa and South America, these hemorrhagic fevers and things like that would go through and decimate villages, not everybody died. Maybe 50% died. But the other 50% had enough of an intact immune system to keep them alive. And it's the same thing with plants. If they get what they need, you don't need to use fungicides and pesticides and all the other chemicals that they use. And one of the things that these commodity farmers are realizing is that not only is it less expensive to feed your plants this way, but you save also a lot of money by not having to use the harsh chemicals to kill everything else.
It's absolutely amazing. I mean, it's brilliant because of the health implications, of course, for the farmer and everyone else for the amount of pesticides and fungicides and herbicides that are sprayed. So this holds so much hope to be able to use the seawater to improve the immune system of the plant, which will become more naturally resistant to these pests.
Yeah. Just a quick story. One of Dr. Murray's good friends was a Dr. Philip Callahan, who was a professor at University of Florida. And when you went into his office when he was teaching there, he had these 8-foot-tall black and white pictures of insect antennae. And he said, one of those is tuned to the infrared. It's just like the Predator, the movie. Insects are opportunistic. They're like vultures. They see in the infrared, and what they're looking for is the heat signature of plants in decay. And when they see it, they go for it. And, he was the one who really could explain why our plants weren't attacked.
It's like it's their role, really, to devour these plants that are weaker. It's kind of the whole natural system of life. So if something's weaker or it's starting to compost, it's their role to eliminate it. But how wonderful to realize that when the plant has the minerals, that it will be resistant. And I'm impressed that even golf courses are taking advantage of it, because these are one of the most chemical-laden places that a person can, don't go to golf unless you're going to do a big detox afterwards.
That's right. Well, one of the, I know we're probably jump a little bit all over the place, but, between the offspring of sports people and migrant pickers, they have the highest rate of genetic deformity in offspring. And you just got to wonder about that.
Yes, so sports, so the person playing on the baseball field, the golfer playing on the golf course, this is what you're implying.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really powerful, and they're coming from, in some ways, from the profit motive. Hopefully they're coming from the wanting to heal and not harm motive as well. But I'm very impressed that golf courses are using the seawater. Are farmers getting a greater yield from using seawater?
Yeah, typically what happens, and we're now in about our 5th year of production and shipping to large farms in the Midwest and other places, but that's our longest experience. And what we typically see is in a good year, and what I mean by that is where the rain is right, the temperatures are right, everything goes right. In a good year, we're out yielding the NPK/chemical farmers, 5%, 10%, something like that. But in a bad year, it's extraordinary. We could double that. We could double their yields. In fact, 2 years ago, we had a situation where in winter wheat, the people that were doing normal chemical agriculture just collected the insurance. They didn't even get a crop. And we got a very respectable crop. I mean, it was more than double the yield of the chemical farmers. So again, it's making the plants strong enough to withstand drought and high temperatures, and it was just amazing.
That's what I was saying. I was curious about why in a bad year you were still getting such good results, but again, it's because of that strength of the plant that stems from the minerals.
That's right.